Visual perceptual skills, like any other skills, are crucial to your child's learning and development. These are all skills needed to understand, evaluate, and interpret what is seen. Today, we are going to discuss visual skills one by one, and we will soon be making videos as well to show you ways on how to improve it. The first is visual discrimination. This is the ability to see and identify similarities and differences between pictures or objects in the environment. The characteristics we consider include color, shape, form, pattern, size, and position of the objects. If a child has problems in visual discrimination, he may struggle in naming and identifying letters and numbers, words, or mathematical symbols as well as pictures. This may affect his ability to read, spell, and do math activities. He may also get confused reading words with almost similar spelling. Next is visual memory. This skill allows your child to remember the order or sequence of things shown to them, also called sequential memory. It can be a sequence of pictures, letters, words, numbers, items, or objects. This skill is particularly important when your child is starting to copy words or sentences from a book or from the board. He needs to be able to remember correct sequence of letters so that he doesn't need to look or write letter one at a time. He needs this skill also when recalling series of letters and numbers for reading, spelling, and math. If this skill is intact, he becomes more efficient in copying tasks and there is less omissions or skipping of letters. He learns to read and spell words faster as well. For your child to easily find specific objects or pictures, he needs to be able to do visual scanning. This is the ability to use vision to search in an organized manner. For instance, looking for an object from left to right or top to bottom. He also needs this skill to allow him to move around without hitting any obstacles such as furnitures or even other people, by visually scanning his environment before moving. The ability to use the eyes efficiently and move or look at an object in a systematic way is important in reading and copying. Then we have visual closure, or the identification of forms or objects that are presented incompletely. This allows the child to figure out what the picture or object is, even if it is partially hidden from his view. He doesn't need to take too much time to study or look at it closely. With good visual closure, our child is able to recognize letters and numbers faster, and these lead to better speed when reading because the child need not to study or process every letter he sees. Form constancy is another visual skill. It is the ability to identify and sort objects, shapes, letters, words, and symbols even if it is presented in a different way. For instance, different positioning or orientation, partially hidden or covered by another object. This skill allows the child to still recognize letters, numbers, or read words even if it's printed in different colors, size, or font. Next is visual figure ground. This is the ability to see or recognize objects or forms in a cluttered picture or environment. Problems in figure ground will interfere in the child's ability to find or identify specific letter, number, symbol, picture, or words in a book or on a board or other visual material in a visually distracting environment. Localizing specific letters or words enable the child to read and spell efficiently. Spatial relations is another skill to tackle. This is the ability to perceive the position of objects in space in relation to other objects. It involves knowing directions, right-left discrimination, and reversals. This skill is important in reading and math skills. The child has to be able to position letters correctly or in order to form words. In math, he needs to align digits and symbols correctly to read and form correct equations. Spatial relations is also an important skill necessary in copying block patterns or constructing 2 or 3-dimensional objects. This skill is also needed when moving around obstacles so as to avoid hitting and tripping over, allowing the body to make accurate postural adjustments when he needs to navigate around. The last is position in space. This is the skill needed to perceive one's position in space relative to oneself and the direction in which it is turned. It can be up or down, left and right, or in front, behind, or between. This ability is needed for the child to understand directions. All of these skills are important in child's successful participation in self-care, play, and in school. To understand it better, we will be showing activities in a separate video discussing how to address each skill and how we can grade the level of difficulty so that we can challenge your child's current visual perceptual abilities.